went wrong?
Probably the start of the game. We've not started the games as well as what we planned to, ideally. So I think it was the first 8 sets, they had 6 sets to our 2. We didn't turn the ball over in the right position, and then they got field position on the back end, and then obviously they scored straight away with the first scrum, which was a pretty decent play, to be fair. Obviously some good play in the back by Niall, to be fair. I thought he was a big difference today, I thought, for KR. I thought he sharpened their attack up. So going 8-0 down, we hadn't done the right things at the start of the game. But then after the 8-0 we started to play, I thought, and we looked a hell of a lot better in that middle period in the first half. And then straight away from the second half, again, they have, I think, again, 7 sets. I think they have 5 and we have 2. Again, and it come from us not turning the ball over in the right areas. The game at the start of the year is a pretty simple one, to be fair. It's obviously an ability to be able to do it, but completing your sets is huge, and turning the ball over well at the start of the year is massive for where you finish. And then when you get field position, being a little bit clinical, taking some energy out of the opposition. We didn't do that. We spilt the ball in good ball straight away. Our attack looked really poor today, whereas we thought we'd step forward. Every week we'd got better and better. Today that seemed to step back, to be fair, and disappointing in terms of our attack and stuff.
A difficult one for Sam Holsolder,
Yeah.
first half. Are you getting around him? Is he?
Mate, he's a good kid, mate. He tries real hard. He works hard in training to rectify them. Not everything's always going to go perfect for you, and there's been a few tough errors that he's made today. But he's a young player who's got a great future and a great career in the game, and he'll learn from that.
Were they guilty of forcing passes that first half, do you think?
Oh, potentially in little bits. There were just some fundamental skills. To be fair, today is where we fell down. There's no point beating around the bush a bit. There was some real poor stuff in terms of the way we attacked. I mean, we had one set, and like I said, Chris Hill looked like he was our number 7. He was the one trying to organise the attack and playing, and that's not how we practice. It's not how we train. And we spoke about that at half time. And then once we started to get a little bit field position second half, we looked a hell of a lot better. The shape looked better, and kind of you always know against a team like KR, they're going to work really hard and scramble really hard. St Helens did it defensively to us there. But if you do the right things for long enough periods, you'll get into points where we can post some points like we did at the back end of the game. But early doors, we didn't do that. We didn't allow to put any pressure on the defensive line, so we didn't take any energy out of them. We just kept turning it over, and then they got energy by that, and then they just come down the other end and then potentially scored on the back of it, or at least turned the sets over in the right way.
Any frustration with how you're going so far, or as a coach, do you have to think it's early stages of the season?
First 4 really good in terms of we're stepping forward every single week. I'd just say probably a little bit of a bump today in terms of a little bit of a step back. We seemed like we were going forward, and maybe that was a little bit of a bluff last week in terms of the confidence and the way that we was attacking last week. Everything looked really crisp last week. Yeah, I'd just say probably this week's probably a little bit more frustrated because we've just stepped back slightly from where we were, whereas every week you want to try and get better at this time and get better and better at what you're doing and your processes.
You said now was a big difference there.
Yeah.
Does the fact that you know exactly what it's about having from your time at Salford make it even more frustrating that he was able to do it to your side when you knew full well what it could do?
Yeah. What's it? The big thing is there's not been too much imagery of probably Niall playing at fullback this year, because only when they've been fatigued. So we spoke about it, but speaking about it and seeing it's 2 different things. And whichever way you look at it, when I seen Niall was named at fullback, it was a bit of a warning for us, because he's a top fullback, mate. I've worked with him for a number of years. I know exactly how he plays the game. I know how he thinks about the game, so I know exactly what he's doing. And you could see it. We stood on the sideline. The first try, we should never have rushed out on the back of it for him. We should have got forward and kind of held our line. But he gets you in positions that you think you can go and kill him, and then he gets that pass away on him. That's the beauty of Niall. He's a good fullback. He made him a hell of a lot sharper today.
Are you surprised he didn't start the year at fullback?
Me personally, yeah, but obviously that's not for me. He obviously did sign Hiku, who they brought across, and I think they stated early doors that he would be there. But Niall's a team player. He did a good job on the wing for him, to be fair. But for me, he is a fullback. He is a top fullback.
Any injuries?
No, I think we're okay. We'll see. Probably a few wounded souls after that. But yeah, other than that, I think we're okay.
We're good.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.